Is your CV up to date? Is your CV up to scratch? Why are you getting so many rejections, and why is it that your CV, when it goes to a company for review, you never hear a response back? Today, we're going to be looking at what are those reasons, so it's best that you stick around to the end of the video. So I've got my laptop open here today, and I'm going to be looking at a couple of CVs. This is the first CV today, and this is a typical CV which everyone has or has created in the past, and I'm sure you have something similar to what I'm looking at right now, which you probably have created in the past. And if you look at the CV and you have 2 or 3 pages of this CV, just black and white, a text, a picture of you in the top left or right hand corner, and and it's 2 or 3 pages of this, and it doesn't matter what language it is. It can be any language. It can be, I think is this write in the comments down below what language this is. This would be quite interesting. And English, German, French, what is this language? And if you got 2 or 3 pages of this, would this be entertaining? Would this be good to read? Would you want to read this? Do you see anything in this? Do you see anything of value in this CV? So that's the first CV. Let me go into the next CV, which is this one. Again, another picture, slightly more, vibrant, slightly more, there seems to be a little bit more attractiveness in the CV, but visually, this thing tells me nothing. So just as the previous CV that we had, the guy had, it was just black and white, and the second CV is slightly more visually appealing, but it doesn't really tell you anything. It doesn't really, both CVs have actually failed to communicate their purpose. They have basically failed to communicate who this person is. It's not just the case that this person has got, colors in there, a little bit of icons, a nice bright picture, and then they've got sentences. They've got this nice little box kind of structure going on here. The areas of expertise are clearly lined out. Does that really help here? Not really. It doesn't actually provide any sort of help. It doesn't provide any sort of guidance here. And so if you go back to the first CV and you go back to the second CV, the first compared to the second, obviously you'd be inclined to think that the first CV is utterly rubbish in this case, and you'd be more inclined to the second CV. But in my perspective, because I've given so many, I've looked at CVs all my life, both of them are actually 100% failing to communicate the key points here. Number one, when you're creating a CV, you usually have 2 types. One is a generic CV and one is a job-focused CV. Why is there a difference? Usually you'd create a generic CV, which is your main one. And then you have a job-focused CV, which is your targeted one. When I look at both of these CVs, they are actually generic CVs. Because if it was a job-focused CV, they would be banging on about the skill sets immediately, the importance of the job. I know this is a very difficult thing to understand, and it's actually very hard to illustrate. So if you're interested, I have my coaching details up there. You can feel free to DM me, feel free to contact me in any of those, any of my socials. Feel free to WhatsApp me as well, and you can get onto our next coaching call to see how you can take your CV to the next level as well. So we've got a couple of things here that we're looking at, but I also want to also take this to another point, take it to another level, which is looking at, if you're applying for jobs, project manager, and you can see here we've got the role, job description, and all the funky stuff that's going on here. You can see here clearly why a generic CV would not be applicable for this. In fact, it's useless for this. In fact, it's a waste of time. In fact, you're wasting your time. When you submit your CV for this type of role, a generic CV for this type of role, you're actually wasting your time. You're actually revealing to the recruiter at this point in time that you don't care. And if you don't care, why should they care? You're letting yourself down. You're letting yourself and that recruiter, and actually you'll probably get put in their system that this person really, has applied before in the past and didn't get the job. So you're almost blacklisting yourself for next time. So you really need to be careful on this stuff, guys. You can't just go about willy-nilly just shooting stuff all over the air. This stuff has to be done. I mean, there's key accountabilities, there's required skills and expertise, and this is where the second CV comes in perfectly. You would draw upon the first CV and you'd stick it into the second CV. I hope this is making sense. So you take what information that you've got on the generic CV, you draw upon it and you stick it on the targeted job-based CV. And this is how you create a phenomenal CV that gives you the chances of getting your foot through the door for you to at least prove your worth within the interview. So it's not just this. Let's go for sales-based roles. One of my favorite things, sales business development. So again, you might argue with me here that say, why can't we use a generic CV? Yeah, you could use a generic CV, but I wouldn't be doing that. And neither do I recommend it. It's probably not the best thing to do. So sales business development executive is another role here. Again, look at the required qualifications. Look what's saying here. Excellent interpersonal skills with confidence to approach people at all levels. What do you think that means? Someone that's reading this for the first time would say, oh, communication skills. Let's read the line again. Excellent interpersonal skills with the confidence to approach people at all levels. What is the sentence actually saying here? Confidence to approach all levels. What levels do you think you're talking about? Write in the comments down below. What levels do you think we are referring to here? Leadership, management, teams level. We're talking about if this is a CEO, CTO, CFO, CIO, or whoever the hell this person is, are you going to crap your pants before you go and speak to this person? This is what it says. Let's read it again. Excellent interpersonal skills with the confidence to approach people at all levels. So this could be a VIP walking in here. This could be a very senior executive. This could be a shareholder. This could be Elon Musk entering into the thing. Are you going to sell this person? Do you have the confidence to approach this person? So look, at the beginning, we thought it was communication. And you'd write as on your skill set, communication. That ain't going to help your CV. That's not going to do it. That will do nothing. Now we've analysed that sentence and said, what are they really talking about here? What we're really referring to here is that, do you know how to approach executives? Do you know how to approach any person? Do you know how to develop rapport with this individual? Do you know how you'd switch up your language to communicate better with this person so you can actually successfully make the sale here, make a business transaction, make business development happen? This is how you should be reading job specifications and how you should be writing it clearly in your CV. Confidence to approach different people. How are you going to do that? How? Mention it. How did you do it? How I approach executives for conducting sales, for doing business development. If you don't clearly state this, it ain't going to happen. So if we go back to the previous CVs, if this was a job specification CV, it wouldn't really, if this was a sales, business development sales thing, it wouldn't be targeting it well. It actually be doing a very bad job. And if this was this is for a marketing executive, at what point in this CV does this actually CV show as a marketing executive? Take a look. Is it just the colors? If it's the colors, then everyone can do it. Then everyone can do the job. She's actually, this CV here is, I know it's a fiction. Guys, all the CVs here are fictional. I've just pulled them out from Google Images just to demonstrate. So it's no one's real CV here. So don't write in the comments, oh, I'm revealing someone's confidential CV here. I'm not. This is Google Images. This is just of Google Images, and you can see John Doe here is the typical name that's used. So don't go crazy. Everyone can do this then. That's what it looks like. This is why you have to understand that a generic CV is something you use as a backup. You look at generic CVs to me, and a targeted CV would be something that you'd send to the job recruiter. In this case, would be LinkedIn here, and you would be targeting a very specific thing. But on top of that, look at your current CVs. Are you happy with your current CV? Are you falling into these traps right now? Is it the fact that you're applying for jobs, you're not getting any job, you're not getting any responses? You're failing to even get a phone call. So you're sending in your CV everywhere and you're not getting any response back, and at the same time you're losing money, you're losing cash, and time is running out, and you might have to hitch your flight one day and get out of the country and then go back somewhere where you don't want to be. Is that the position that you want to be in? Is this actually what you want to do? Why are you wasting your time? At the end of the day, you are wasting your time by you not acquiring the right CV thing that you need to get it done. If you're in this position right now, contact me. My contact details are on the screen. DM me, WhatsApp me, whatever you want, and we can get into a private coaching call, a private coaching session that will help you get the best out of your CV and get the best out of your thing. So when you're applying for your next job, at least you stand a chance of getting your foot in through the door for a potential job interview. And if you like the sound of that, drop me a message down below, contact me on my socials, and I hope to have a chat with you guys very soon. Guys, like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.